For more now, I'm now joined by Georgia Congressman Andrew Clyde. Congressman, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. You're familiar with Athens. I understand you have a business there yourself. Laken Riley's death must deeply disturb you, like it has the rest of us.
Great to be with you this morning, Mark. Yes, I've lived in Athens for 30 years in the community. So, yes, it has greatly disturbed me and the community itself. This is an incredible tragedy that could have been avoided. We have an illegal alien that murdered a student at the University of Georgia campus. And we have the city of Athens, which is a sanctuary city that has policies in place that actually incentivize illegal aliens to come to Athens. It's wrong. It's absolutely a travesty, and we have to stop this.
And Congressman, I understand that in the wake of Laken's murder, the Georgia State House has now passed a brand new immigration enforcement bill. And I want to break this down for our viewers who are watching. I know that it permits police in Georgia to arrest with probable cause anybody who's suspected of being in the country illegally, detain them for deportation, also requiring those in custody be reported to federal authorities if they lack legal documentation. Do you support that?
Oh, absolutely, I support that. Yeah, I applaud the Georgia legislature for bringing a bill like this forward. I think it's necessary. I think the House should pass it, the Senate should pass it, and the governor should sign it.
There is opposition to it, though, that I wanted to point out. You know, some Georgia Democrats claim the bill discriminates against immigrants, opens the door to more racial profiling. What would you say to critics?
Well, I would say, number one, when you come into this country illegally, you cross the border not at an entry point, all right, and go through our legal immigration process, but you break the law and come across illegally, you are immediately a criminal. The first thing that you do when you come into this country, you break the law, excuse me, you need to be deported and sent back outside the borders of our nation.
And I know you're putting the spotlight on Georgia. Let's talk about national solutions for immigration for a moment. President Biden was at the border on Thursday. President Trump was as well. Biden had strong words for Republicans blocking the bipartisan border bill. Let's take a quick listen together, and I'll get your take on the other side.
The majority of Democrats and Republicans in both houses support this legislation until someone came along and said, don't do that, it'll benefit the incumbent. That's a hell of a way to do business in America for such a serious problem. We need to act. It's time for the speakers and some of my Republican friends in Congress who are blocking this bill to show a little spine.
I know you were listening in, as so many other Americans were. You have said yourself that the president has blood on his hands after the death of Laken Riley. Does Congress, though, also share in some of that blame with no new action on immigration?
Well, first off, the president has all the authority he needs to seal the border, to do it right now. You know, he's abusing parole authority to incentivize illegal immigration. That bill that he talked about that died in the Senate, a very quick death, that bill was not a border security bill at all. It was an amnesty bill, you know, basically codifying 5,000 illegal aliens a day crossing into our country. No, that would not help the border problem. That would make it worse. So the president is completely off base here. And it was interesting to see him following President Trump to the border because his poll numbers are down in the sewer. He's basically trying to do a photo op to say he's done something where really he's done nothing, but he has the power to do everything.
Well, it certainly was a busy day at the border that we followed closely. We'll see where everything heads from here. Congressman Andrew Clyde, thank you for your time. We got to leave it there.
Thanks, Marky. Great to be with you.